It looks good on me. It really does. I'm gonna jump off my skin here. Little turtle.
That one's so cute. It's like a little turtle. I love it.
Now I got the real deal. I love it so much.
That is a rock with some string tied to it. Hidden immunity idols are pretty cool. You can do so many things with them. You can find them, you can hold them. I've even heard rumors that you can play them if you're feeling really spicy. But idols aren't always lookers. They used to be. They used to be beautiful. Yule's compass, Yao-Man's turtle, Tiri's... Okay, they weren't always lookers, but they tried. And now... I mean, that is just some string with some beads on it. That is not much better. This one literally required them to collect the right beads to make a hidden immunity idol. Come on, you're not even being subtle here. But why? What caused this? It's simple, really.
It's not the idol.
Yes, it is.
Ozzy must have put it in there. He must have the real thing. That's not the idol.
What is it?
It's a stick.
I know. It has a face on it. Don't worry.
This is your fault! Of course, I am being a bit hyperbolic. Fake idols have quite literally always been a thing. They've been a thing since Gary Hawkins' humble landscaper found the very first idol in Survivor Guatemala. Sadly, no one actually found it, so it wasn't aired. And RS made a fake idol in Survivor Panama when he was trapped on Exile Island with the captain of sports. This was also left on the cutting room floor, although it was revealed in an episode of the early show, which, for people who have actually watched these interviews, are they any good? Are they worth seeking out? I've never seen them. But even the first fake idol we actually saw on the show... Come on, Yao-Man, you're better than this. It's a coconut, with II written on it. Because as we all know, every good Survivor prop has its initials on it, just in case you're not certain what it actually is. That's why Adam tried to play the podium in Winners at War. We couldn't see it, but there was secretly an II inscribed into the podium. They edited it out to make Adam look bad. Justice for Adam. But the thing is, looking like trash was part of the fun of fake idols. They weren't meant to be any good. It took a special kind of person to look at a stick with a face carved into it and go, oh yeah, I've nailed it. It took a creative savant hours of time and planning to put together a meticulously crafted fake idol which arguably looked better than the actual idol on the show itself. It took an absolute genius, truly one of the greatest minds to ever play this game, to put a rock in his pocket and pretend it was an idol, and subsequently make Russell Hantz look like one of the biggest idiots of all time.
He found it. I see it in his pocket. I know exactly how they look, and I know exactly how they look in a pocket.
And these moments were fun. They were players taking an element of the game and making it their own. It required a lot of effort to pull off and make it look convincing. But then, like your dad trying to take an interest in your hobbies that he doesn't really care about all that much, production decided they should just steer into the skid and full send it. I will give the producers some credit. They managed to hold off for 20 seasons before they actively encouraged the creation of fake idols. They managed to make it all the way to Survivor Cambodia, but once they opened Pandora's box, it could not be closed. I actually really liked what they went for in Cambodia. Instead of making the idol some string with a rock tied to the end of it, they simply made all the idols unique. This means you can never be certain that an idol is real or not, but also you can't go pulling a stick with a face carved into it off as an idol quite yet. Then, as production often tends to do after they've done something well, they leaned even harder into it in Survivor Game Changers. Now you may be looking at this and thinking, Henry, what are you on about? You won't find a lock and key on an island somewhere to make your idol with? This is actually very difficult to replicate. And you'd be right. Thank you for contributing, your input is appreciated and I love hearing it. But you know what they did do on Survivor Game Changers? They tried to give away a fake idol creation kit. What? When Debbie was exiled with some random dude, they offered her 3 items: an extra vote, a challenge advantage, and the aforementioned fake idol creation kit. Now of course, she chose the extra vote, who wouldn't? But apparently the kit had everything you'd need to make your own fake idol, which I feel really sucks the fun out of making a fake idol, but oh well, it didn't matter. I'm kinda grateful this didn't take off. Imagine someone using their knowledge as power advantage to steal your fake idol creation kit advantage. That would be funny. Heroes vs healers vs hustlers is where things went really off the rails, because the idols got really simple. This is literally just some string and beads. This is also literally just string and beads. Jeff, this is string. with a seashell on the end of it, come on now. It got so bad that a previous fake idol became a real idol. Yeah. Ozzy's stick sat on Ghost Island for 10 years and matured into a real hidden immunity idol. I yearn for the timeline where Michael has to try and convince someone that it's actually real. I imagine the conversation would go, "No, Cullen, it's real, I swear." "Michael, we have literally all seen Survivor Micronesia. I'm not falling for this. What is wrong with you?" Did the idols get better in David vs. Goliath? No, they did not. If anything, they got kind of worse. But man, when Angelina completely owned Allison with that fake idol, what a powerful and necessary move from the master of negotiation, made possible thanks to the constant simplification of the real hidden immunity idol. Did they get better on Edge of Extinction? Nope. More beads on string. Except for the idols that came from Edge of Extinction, those actually go kinda hard. Although this did see a new evolution in the fake idol hiding meta. You see, before now, people have just been hiding their idols like a pleb, and praying that someone finds a stick with a face on it and is smart enough to realize that 10 years from now, this is actually what a hidden immunity idol will look like and pick it up no questions asked. But now, Rick starts hiding fake idols with his idol note attached to it, which is just diabolical. If you can't trust the fact that the hidden immunity idol note you found verifies your idol as legitimate, well, what can you trust? Not the Kool-Aid man, that's for sure.
Oh yeah!
Did they get better in Island of the Idols? No. Despite the fact there were 12 idols in this season, despite the season being based entirely around idols, it is literally in the name, they're still made extremely basic. Now, oddly enough, idol design did get better for one season in Winners at War. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't see how you could make this without supplies. And this is just straight up the entire voting podium. You need supplies to make this one as well. And I felt hope. Idols could be pretty again. We had a chance to return to the days of cool location-based motifs being used as hidden immunity idols. And as Survivor stood at this crossroad, contemplating the best course of action to take in a post-COVID world, they decided to have the worst of both worlds. Because production had the opportunity to make the idols look really nice in Survivor 41, there was no way in hell anyone would hide the fact they had an idol.
Like what you said about broccoli.
It's horrible the way I said it. I'm with you.
This is also true for Survivor 42.
It kind of reminds me of the classic tale of the bunny rabbit eating its dinner in the mailbox.
So if everyone knows you have an idol, at least let them be pretty, right? But instead they pivot hard in the other direction and go for possibly the worst looking idols so far, at least in my opinion. Even the tree male was tied in string with beads, naturally lending itself to being used as a fake idol. Coincidence? Possibly? I don't really believe in coincidences when it comes to Survivor set design. They wanted Adam to grab that podium, you mark my words. The most egregious case of production trying to make fake idols happen was Survivor 44. We've got the idol cage where they've got some neat little trinkets hidden behind keys. This is cool because it means everyone knows when the idol is taken, but no one knows who did it. And all of the idols are unique, that's so neat. But, what's in the cage with the idols? It's a replica of another tribe's idol, for you to lock in the cage with the clue, and re-hide the key, so people think they found their own hidden immunity idol. Man. So is this necessarily a bad thing? No, not really. On the one hand, it is a shame we don't get cool hidden immunity idols anymore. On the other hand, it's really funny how feverishly production is trying to make fake idols happen. They want another Jason Siska, they want another Randy Bailey, they want another Val Collins bluffing about having 2 hidden immunity idols to keep her in the game a bit longer. Because these moments are iconic, and they're very funny. But when was the last time you felt something watching a fake idol play? I wasn't popping off at the 2 fake idols at the final 5 of Edge of Extinction. I didn't care when Romeo triumphantly bluffed his fake idol in Survivor 42. Giving Jess a fake idol was just kind of embarrassing. In fact, I haven't even talked about the shot in the dark yet. The twist that's designed to ensure every vote has to be a blindside. A twist that I kinda really like on paper, but don't really love what it stands for. I feel like Syndrome in The Incredibles. When every vote's a blindside, no vote is. But maybe I'm just wrong, because I do still like some fake idol moments. No, but you can have this fake is very funny partially because it counters another silly twist Survivor put in to try and kneecap their players. Josh giving Jam Jam a fake idol that literally falls apart in his hands is one of my favourite scenes in the new era. I just don't love it when production sees players doing something cool and iconic and decides they want to try and force it to happen more often. Hidden immunity idols are ugly now, and that's not a bad thing, but they're ugly because production wants to encourage players to play a certain way. They want to encourage them to create more iconic moments. That's not a bad thing either, it just doesn't always sit right with me. But what do you think? Do you care that idols are ugly now? Am I just an old man yelling at a cloud? Let me know. Until next time, I've been Henry Hitman Survivor, and I'll see you with a string and some rock. Oh my god, this is a hidden immunity idol.